I know what I said. I said on Twitter, I'm taking a break. I said that. I went on Twitter, I told y'all motherfuckers, I was like, I'm taking a break. I ain't gonna be doing a podcast. Soon as I got out, they wrote me back in. You know? Soon as I get out, they pull a nigga right back in, you know what I'm saying? Welcome to the weekend show with Mediumjay. We doing big things. I'm sipping, I got Hennessy in my cup. About to get fucked up. You know what the fuck going on, man? And, during my 2-week hiatus, right, I took a break. I said, I just didn't feel like, I was kind of depressed, to be honest. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, kind of like, this shit sucks. But even like when I look back at the previous episodes, I'm like, that was me struggling, like for content, struggling to like be full of myself, or like self-indulgent in the sense that like I enjoy doing it. You know what I mean? Like just hitting record and then talking. I didn't like anything, and every single time I finished the podcast, I was kind of like, oof, that sucks. But then I listen back to it. I'm like, fuck, man. Even when I'm in a slump, it's still pretty funny. A lot of the shit that I talk about is fucking impactful. And I come from an angle that I think no one really truly has. Like in a lot of these stories. Because a lot of the stories, I mean, with podcasting, it's like the news, right? We talk about the submarine thing, this and that. You end up talking about the same old, like, right? You go into the news highlights of the week and you just run down the jokes of everything. But what I've noticed is like because I'm a truck driver and I drive quite a bit. So I listen to quite a bit of podcasts while I'm driving. Like I have literally like 9-10 hours of straight driving time, so I'm like driving, listening to all these podcasts, so I'm well versed in like the majority of podcasts. And for the 2-week hiatus that I had, and I don't want to brag or nothing, but when I took 2 weeks off, boy did everybody else fall off. Boy did everybody not know where to take their inspiration from. Boy did everybody they had no idea where to fucking go. They're running around with their chickens with their head cut off. You listen to Joe Rogan? Y'all listen to Joe Rogan? I ain't even gonna do the whoa anymore. It's just Joe Rogan. Y'all listen to that nigga? Dude fucking sucks. His last episode sounded like he was sick and shit. Listen, man, I'm gonna pull up. Like I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I gotta pull up the last 2 weeks. Okay, we'll go put Joe Rogan last 2 weeks of this podcast. We'll scroll down. I'm just gonna go. Just go. Alright, so see, here's the thing. Killer Mike, great interview, but he's promoting an album. And the weird thing is, he didn't ask him anything about like what it's like to work with anybody in the artist. Like, as a rapper, you got like one of the legends like with rapping with Outkast, Chameleonaire, all the Southern, like they talked about it for like maybe 5 minutes about the entire Southern dialect and what Killer Mike was saying. And I think he was saying like with South. Oh no, I think that was Ice Cube and Killer Mike. But back to back, like he didn't ask anything about the Southern, like the wave and influence and how music is cultivated. Like it's always just with Joe Rogan, it's always coming back to fucking comedy and the comedy fucking how comedians think. And in all honesty, man, dude, all right, it's fucking stop rubbing yourself. Tom Segura, boring. I'll listen to Tom Segura's fucking pop. Without Bert on the Two Bears, One Cave, Tom Segura's got nothing. The funniest thing in his new special on Sledgehammer, his Netflix, I watched it because I'm like, I want Tom Segura to do good. He's Joe Rogan's friend, right? By association, some sort of greatness should rub off on him. But no, this guy fucking sucks. Tom Segura sucks. I read half of his book and I threw it out. I gave it away. I gave away his book. That's Tom Segura. Tom Segura. I listened to his the funniest joke in Tom Segura's Sledgehammer special. And this is not being even critical. This is just the truth. The funniest joke is when he talked about Bert's drinking problem. How many times you bring that? That's just a throwaway on a podcast about he's just a guy that drinks a lot. That was your funniest joke, Tom Segura. So your funniest thing is Bert's biggest problem. Let's go back. The Matt Sierra, Din Thomas, the MMA show, which, a whole lot of guys, friendly, didn't really care. Brian Simpson, now, this guy, he's just on Tuesday. Brian Simpson, literally during Joe Rogan, and I watched all of these, by the way. I watched them with hate because I'm like, I'm so fucking bored. It's something, right? It's like waves crashing on a beach, or it's like fucking. I listen to a lot of like Japanese podcasts where I don't know what's going on. I also listen to like ASMR of a girl going like, it'll be ASMR, a girl hanging out with you in the freezer and she's getting colder and colder every minute. That type of weird shit it's not interesting. I listen to it because I'm like, wow, this is crazy. This girl's got 30 minutes of her freezing in a whisper. It's crazy. They're hiding in the freezer for something. Then, the plot thickens, right? But with Brian Simpson, man, this guy legitimately on Joe Rogan's biggest podcast in the world, right? Biggest podcast out there, literally goes, listen, man, my podcast isn't funny. That's what he said. My podcast is just me thinking. You know what I mean? Just me thinking of things, and then I'll use my funny stuff on stage. But for the podcast, I'd just like to sit down and talk about things. This guy went into like 10 minutes of straight League of Legends gameplay. What a fucking loser, man. I don't know. He must have been. He's in cahoots with he's in cahoots with the big dog Joe Rogan. But who gives a fuck? This girl, this fat girl, Adrian Alapucci, friends with she just happened to be friends with Ari Shafir, the fucking Jew of the fucking Joe Rogan atmosphere. Listen, again, nobody gives a fuck about this bitch. This bitch, Adrian. And I listened to it, trying to be helpful and trying to be hopeful, optimistic, trying to be understanding. Oh man, these are new people in the comeuppance of the thing. I honestly think Joe Rogan's too busy to really give a fuck. He's now just doing things just to kind of do things. Because again, this whole, like Brian Simpson and Adrian Alapucci, whatever they were fucking talking about the submersible, that as if it was still going on, like they're just finding out about it. So they had to have been episodes reworked from last 2-3 weeks before we found out that the motherfuckers are dead in the fucking submersible. It's just weird. It's a weird look to do it and play it off like it's live. That's all I'm saying. Don't hate the game. Don't hate the player or the guy, the commentator. Hate the content that you're fucking making, man. I'm just saying it. And this is no disrespect to Joe Rogan. This is hands down all of the people. Legion of Skanks. I like them. I like these guys. Big J carries like crazy. But in the last 2 weeks, their shit was kind of whack. They had TJ Miller. TJ Miller's not funny. From TJ Miller, from Colin Terrell, Maddie Smith, Joe DeRosa. Joe DeRosa got way too drunk, I think. It's just not funny. The last podcast, Surf Culture, talking about fucking, they were doing the whole Jonah Hill thing. It's not that funny. They have and Lewis of Legion of Skanks, Louis J. Gomez. This guy is an advocate for like bringing the thing, and a lot of and this is just for like anybody that works with the Legion of Skanks. That whole thing that they do, the fucking woke activism shit, it was like funny for like 1 or 2 episodes when they do like a video where it's like this woke YouTube. It's getting kind of like it's just there now. It's just the thing. Like if I had a bit where I constantly pretended to be woke, eventually you just became woke. If you just have a bit where you're ripping guys making fun of the woke thing, but you're playing the whole video through, like you're just getting, I don't know. It's like if I threw on a half of a video, or no, this video took up half. Oh no, wait, that doesn't make sense. Sorry, let me rephrase that. It's like this whole fucking YouTube podcast that I'm doing right now, I just said fuck it. Halfway through, I'm just gonna fucking throw on a video, and then 10 minutes into it, I'll cut. All right, now I didn't talk about it. It's not. It's very. You got to get back to the roots or whatever the fuck. Whatever the fuck Louis J keeps talking about now. Big J. You're funnier than fucking. You're funnier than Bobby Kelly. But right now, Bobby Kelly off of that Paul Vizzy thing. That whatever the fuck they did on the bonfire with the podcast, I don't subscribe to Sirius XM, but whatever fucking Bobby Kelly did with Dave Temple and Derek Gaines, dude, it was hilarious. It felt like it was back like that Patrice O'Neal, Rich Voss, Bobby Kelly, all of them on the Opie and Anthony show where they're just all ripping on each other. They're all just making fun, having a good time. It felt good like that. That was hilarious. And that was Bobby Kelly. He pulled a flag out of his ass, right? And this is like he did the Paul Verzi like fucking the funny. I was dying laughing. It was funny. It was captivating, right? And to be honest, I don't like Bobby Kelly. It made me like him in that thing. Now we're going back onto him. Are You Garbage guys? They're actually here we go. They're actually killing it. They're killing it. The Are You Garbage guys, because they have a good thing, but it's only good as their guest is. You know what I mean? So their thing relies heavily on their guests being either truthful, because they're kind of like some, I don't even know, New York or Boston guys. Just the trashy or classy kind of, it's a game show. It really depends though. It's kind of sucks too to have repeats, because I listened to again Tom Segura, and I didn't listen to the first one that Tom Segura was on. But it's not going to change. You go on there once and you got once, and then you can't really do that again. So again, the Are You Garbage podcast it essentially is great for one-offs. So they have to keep getting new people. So essentially their whole thing has to be new famous people that have to be, you can only do one fucking, you can't have you get one guy on, like I don't know. You get Tom Segura and then you get him on again. It's the exact same thing. He was classy before, he's classy again. Nothing really changes, right? They're trying to do it to be different. Bert Kreischer, funniest guy I think in the entire in the Joe Rogan atmosphere and in the world. I would say Bert Kreischer is probably one of the funniest guys, but I think he's doing he's doing too much. He's got like 3 different podcasts. He's got a whole. He just did a movie, and he's got a whole fucking the Fully Loaded tour where he's doing stadiums. So again, like with his Fully Loaded tour, and he's doing the podcast, he's getting the same recurring characters on his podcast. So it's like you're definitely letting one thing suffer. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying, this is just all how I felt. This is all because I took a break, right? And in the 2 weeks, it seemed like y'all niggas had nothing to talk about. Now, Andrew Schultz, hilarious. But the funniest things that he does is like, he's just a guy that goes, yeah, she wants to suck my dick. Like, he does a thing like that for like 10 minutes. Like, the whole bit is like, with Adam 22, he's a cook. He's a cook. And he keeps doing that. He just drags out some sort of thing where he just says, like, you know, I'm bricked up. He's bricked up. And it is funny. But you're aiming so low. For a guy that, dude, we know Andrew Schultz. He's probably like what is he? He's probably one of those graduates in a big. He seems like he's smart enough to not just constantly do dick jokes. But again, the dick jokes are pretty good. Again, and his East Indian clone, what the fuck that guy's name is? What the fuck is that guy's name? The East Indian guy. Flagrant. Oh, Akash. Dude, Akash. He everything that his personality is like. Do y'all notice? Akash is like a clone copy of fucking Andrew Schultz. But he's like like Andrew Schultz, I don't know if he's fucking out there, you know, just getting pussy left and right. But goddamn, Andrew Schultz, you know, he could at least pretend to be. Like, Akash is like, I've only ever had one love of my life. So whenever there's pussy talk, right? Whenever there's pussy talk at the table, and it's four guys, I could care less about who the other guys are. Because it literally just says the podcast is with Andrew Schultz, Flagrant with Akash Singh. There's two other guys, or like me. I think there's like three other guys. They all sit in a room with like, there's like that weird hippie fucking white dude. Then there's the black guy, the fucking the token Negro, right? They just got, and then they got some other guy that's fucking. I think that other guy. I don't know if that other guy was. If he's the sound guy or the camera guy, I don't know. But again, like with podcasts, I feel as though there should be some sort of establishment. I think there should be some sort of truly identifying thing where you could go, listen, man, here's what the podcast is. Here's how it is. Here's how it's laid out. But again, a lot of this shit, they do cuts, why Flagrant. This is for the producers and the big man upstairs, Andrew Schultz. Why do you guys have to do the cut of a thing? Like, podcasts have started doing that, where it's like they get the best clip of the podcast and then they play it. And I always go, man, that's not that funny. That beginning first 5 minutes of it, unless it's like the rant where you specifically monologued it, like it's Jimmy Kimmel or fucking Conan O'Brien or something, unless you start off heavy, it's just, and even then it starts off heavy and then you're like waiting for that to get heavy, and then it's like 5 to 10 minutes of heavy. You got good material right there and you put it at the front and you got people to, I guess, listen. It's just click views. And again, with Andrew Schultz, he's really good at get him to click on it. I bought a special, and I was like, man, you know what? I don't even really want to watch it again. But it was funny. Don't get me wrong. It was funny. It was funny. Should have shouted out a nigga, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm going to say. We'll leave it at that. Now, Kill Tony, listen, man. I'll be real. Last 3-4 weeks, we'll go into it. Joe Rogan and Tom Segura on the 10-year anniversary. This is going to be epic, right? This is like supposed to be great television on the Kill Tony experience. Supposed to be great. The Kill Tony experience. It's his 10th anniversary. Fucking sucked. It fucking sucked. Joe Rogan, literally, if you read the comments, and I know Joe Rogan doesn't say to read the comments, but I'm just saying, I was on YouTube watching it, and I'm like, dude, why? It's like 45 minutes, almost an hour into it. I'm like, dude, It's a 2-hour podcast. It's like about halfway done. I heard Joe Rogan Joe Rogan and Tom Segura didn't crack one joke that whole podcast. They said like, yeah, it's a tough time. You gotta keep get out there. You're kind of funny. That's it. That's all they did. I don't know if they were high. I don't know. They were chewing gum more than they were cracking jokes on fucking whole entire show of dedicated to stand-up comedy, man. It was like they didn't tell one joke, which is wild. But fucking in the last few, after your 10th anniversary episode got literally flatlined, you had Joe Rogan on by the guy that owns I think he's doing, maybe Joe Rogan's doing too much and he's getting into that. All right, well, I'm popping up here. Then I got 4 more things here. Then I got this, and I got that, and I'm gonna be up till 3 a.m. today. He's doing all that shit. So I don't know. But again, and then we'll go into it. Tim Dillon again. Since what's his name left, Ben, the punching bag. He doesn't have anyone to punch. So Joe Rogan. My bad. Yeah, Tim Dillon. He's funny. He's really funny. And he's still keeping it up there. But it's definitely getting, I guess, heavier. Because he has still of that same thing where it's like, he wants to look over at Ben and just say, I want to fucking punch you in the face, Ben. But it's not there. And trust me, when your punching bag leaves, it sucks. I fucking, my ex, she left me. I used to punch her. I miss punching her. Sometimes I put a wig on a pillow and I just hit it. Just cause, you know what I'm saying? But that's just it. You know what I mean? You guys gotta not suck. And if I missed you, and the Matt and Shane can't even listen to it. They're not funny. They talk about shit inside white people jokes. And they're not good white people jokes. You know what I mean? They talk about frat bro shit that I wasn't cool enough to. I wasn't cool enough to understand back growing up. All right, man. Let's fucking do a podcast, right? We shit on everybody else's podcast. Everybody else sucks but me. You know why? Because the whole thing was funny, right? This is a solid 20 minutes dedicated to shitting on the entire atmosphere that Joe Rogan created and has become so popular. But I feel like I'm frustrated with the fact that I'm like, man, with all of the time I invested into listening to these boys, getting better and better and better, you would think they would get better and better and better. But at a certain point, you fizzle out. And I feel like they either are fizzling out completely unbeknownst to just me, or I took 2 weeks off in the podcast, in the entire podcast atmosphere in and of itself is imploding when I don't come up and deliver. This is me delivering. All right, now let's get into it, man. What the fuck happened with Adam 22, man? This guy is a cuck, right? And this is gonna probably put me on a list. This is gonna put me on a list of a list of gay niggas and incels alike. You know what I mean? It would put me on one of those lists, and you might think I'm weak or whatever. But Adam 22 is a real fucking man when it comes to it. You gotta let your wife cheat on your man, boy. That's how you get a his head. So for real said, keep it playing, man. Keep it playing. Now, Adam 22, let's be real. When he started the OnlyFans and him smashing his chick and everything, it was going good. He was making money. He said he made millions, I think, in months with his OnlyFans. But OnlyFans is fickle. It's you're getting a lot of people just masturbating. You're getting horny people, and horny people, listen, everybody's been there on a fucking, Saturday night, 3 a.m., You know, you ain't got nobody to love. You're flipping through the tabs, and you got 20 to 40 tabs open. You know, you're scrolling through this. You're scrolling through anime shit, hentai. You're scrolling through that fucking weird bestiality shit because you're like, hey, listen, fucking thick Pikachu or some shit. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at one of the fucking women from the Wakanda fucking movie in deep fakes. You're looking at like a Scarlett Johansson celebrity jihad thing. You're looking at these things and it's all over, right? And you're fucking deep in the realm of like, I'd say perverseness, or the word, I don't know, I'm blanking on the word. It's deep in the you're deep in your fucking fantasies or whatever. You're deep down the porn hole, the porn rabbit hole, which essentially is a rabbit's hole. You know what I mean? You're deep into it. And you want to change it up. You're just changing it up, right? Your sexual depravity. There we go. That's the word. Sexual depravity. You're depraved. And once you get it, here's the thing. If you go deep down, and I think this is the same with mental illness. That's why when people tell me, oh, I'm kind of going through some stuff, I go, keep doing it. Go for as far as you can possibly take that. And if your mind doesn't bounce back, your mind wasn't meant to bounce back. But if your mind does bounce back, you know what I mean? There's people that do heroin, crack, coke, meth, speed, PCP, fentanyl. You're either going to die or you're going to bounce back. I know dudes that bounce back from meth. This is a 97%, you know. That being said, like fucking what I believe mental illness is, porn addiction, you gotta go deep. I went so deep. I got it. You know, actually, fuck it. I'll say it. Fuck it. I'll say it. I got so deep into porn, like weird porn, like legitimately like 30 to 40 guys pumping a chick, and I literally would get to. I'd be jerking to the whole time. I watched this girl get pumped by 30 guys, 40 guys, 100 gangbang orgy. A girl just getting fucked. And I would love when you could see her break and she says, I don't want to do no more. But she's already like signed the contract and there's like 7 more guys down the row. She's like, I'm like, that's how I feel when I'm like in like 4 hours of overtime and I'm like, fuck man, I gotta fucking bring it on home. I gotta get it on home. And you're just deep into work. I'm like, that's exactly how I feel. And I came so fucking hard watching that type of shit. Fucking like a water fountain, right? All over fucking I'm dodging loads, right? After watching that. But then I got into it. I like the close to rape is close to orgy rape. It was like she wanted to quit, right? Close. Then I got into like the loving orgy where there's like a guy that would like come. Yeah, this sounds fucked. It sounds really fucked because I'm not jerking off right now. Because you know, now that I'm realizing what it is. But it'd be like a bunch of black guys. But then there's this one smooth nigga, this smooth bald-headed nigga, and he was like, listen. You're gonna come. Have you ever came before? She's like, I never squirted. Have you ever squirted? I never squirted. And he's like, you're gonna squirt tonight. And he would just pump her, and he's like, and then she starts squirting. He was magical. He was like she would be getting fucked by another dude, and she'd be like holding his hand, and he'd be like looking at her, and be like, all right now, go ahead and alleviate yourself. She just started pissing all over the floor. It was crazy, but I was like, I love this shit. Again, I got so deep down that porn and that type of shit that I have eventually reverted back to just liking a girl like just regular shit. And I even like it went like that way. I guess it went far right, all the way back down to like just normal like Playboy shit, bikini photos. I would look at like Instagram or like just naked women, and then I went back into just right now. I haven't looked at porn. I'd say about this whole week, like unless it's like I'm scrolling through Twitter and I fuck, and I see some, oh damn, that girl is sexy, then I close them. But I haven't jacked off. It's gonna be a week almost, but it's Friday, so 5 days. I haven't done nothing, and it's amazing, right? Like I have like the testosterone of when I was 19. I'm fucking lifting weight, and I think I'm gonna try my best not to, unless I get like some sort of like stomach ulcer or something from not jerking off. I don't know if my body can handle it, but I'm gonna try my best to go. Cause I did go 3 months without, which was fucking. After the week and a half or so, doing 40 days and 40 nights, that thing, it's nice, man. Like I got the testosterone, I got the energy, I got everything back to normal. So I'm like, all these fucking losers and the celebrities doing the testosterone and the fucking testosterone replacement therapy, like TRT or whatever the fuck they're doing, they're losers because fucking all you have to do is not bust a nut and you get, I think, what is it, 700 or 1,000 times you get like 40% your testosterone, or what you normally would be giving out if you just jerked off. You're getting like 40% plus of testosterone. And we all like stem cells, right? And if you just kept your cells, I mean, the sperm eventually dies after 2 to 3 days. So every 2 to 3 days, you're just fucking giving your body that fucking thing. I cut myself the other day, and it fucking healed instantly, like Wolverine, like some Wolverine shit. That's what the fuck. That's what the fuck's going on. But how did I get onto porn again and all that shit? Oh yeah, Adam22. So he's down the rabbit hole of porn creator content. Now, again, I'm gonna have to go back. This is gonna be probably a long podcast because this is the first story that I have. But Adam22, right? And welcome back, Mediumjay, by the way. Well, welcome back. Oh yeah, brother. Macho Man Randy Savage loves Mediumjay's content. Oh yeah. I also enjoy watching Adam22's wife get fucked by a big black man. Oh yeah, brother. But I digress. With porn content, content creating porn is like you gotta fucking keep delivering because it's a small window, right? When somebody jacks on, it's mostly guys, right? Paying and women too, but to get the people recurring, you have to fucking every time hit them with something new. That's why like a lot of these, what the average woman only makes $100 and something a month. that's average. So there's a lot of people below average. Maybe making $200-$300, $400, but it's the average is $150 a month. Which, how much is $150 a month during in a day? Well, I'm not gonna try to attempt math on this one. $150 divided by 30. It's $5 a day. So, if you have a coffee and a donut, you've stretched your. Well, I mean, a coffee and a donut is probably like $4. So you're right at the line of your budget if you're an OnlyFans chick, on average, right? So the point is, you gotta fucking keep giving it to them. You gotta keep giving it. If you're a chick out there and you gotta fucking, I've seen dildos the size of my body, and I'm a fucking 5'9" nigga. I'm talking about the bitch wheeled out dildo. She wheeled that thing out. In like a stretcher, bro. Like that. That's why I seen some crazy shit. Right now, there's this one. Keep going. We'll eventually get back onto Adam 22. Don't get me wrong, people. We're going. But there's this one chick, right? And this, like, as a cam girl, right? She's not OnlyFans. I think it's the Chatterbait. I'm in love with this girl, this Asian chick. I actually like jerk off and I go, I hope she's having a good night. I go to sleep and I go, I hope she's doing okay. I hope she's getting enough water. I hope someone tucks her in at the end of the night. That's how much I love this Asian bitch, man. Actually, fuck it, yo. I'll sell her. It's shout out her name. It's Asuna _love. She is flexible. I watched her do the splits on her dildo, right? And this is like, I would say like hours, because I jerked off, went and played video games, came back, and she's still twerking, doing the splits, like that type of shit. I jerked off, played video games. I'm like, you know what? I think I'm gonna jerk off again. It's been a couple hours. Oh shit, she's still on. Oh shit, she's still in the same position, dog. For hours, bro. It was crazy, man. That shit made me well, it made me just jerk off again. That's it. I don't pay for shit. I don't pay for that. Because I feel like it's like, as soon as you start paying, it's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope paying for chicks on the phone, bro. Because it never ends on the phone. It never ends just sending money. You can send money. There's already enough bills and shit to pay. And like, I go to the mall and I go, I can't. There's too much shit. I'd rather shop, look fresh as fuck, instead of fucking desperate to fuck, you know what I'm saying? But this chick, again, like, her pussy, Arby's, she has the meat. She is like and like, gorgeous body, supple skin, flexible, beautiful face, must be like 20, 29, maybe early 30s, late 20s, maybe even early 20s. Pussy torn to shreds because she does it so much. She fucks herself so much. She fingers herself so much, and she's a badass bitch. But her pussy it looks like there's like crust on it. That's how bad. Like, the lips look crusty. She's got the pussy of like a third world chick from in a sex trafficking. she's like, and not even a well endowed, like 60 something plus years in sex trafficking in a third world country where guys just chopped off her clit. That's what she looks like. But she squirts like crazy. I don't even understand it. I don't understand how such a small little Asian chick can just produce that much cum out of her. Crazy. She's a good porn star. Everything, well, not porn star, I guess, cam girl. Everything she does is amazing. She's flawless, perfect 10 in everything except like just beat up lips. Fucking nice tits, and she could do the splits. She could fucking bend over, do weird shit. She's very flexible in that regard, and I'm in love with she's just the badass Asian chick, right? Now, with Adam 22, we don't want his chick's fine. His chick is fine, but after fucking that big black dude, bro, that dude was huge. He is a big nigga. I don't even have to see his dick. A lot of people out there, want to fuck him. They want to see that. I don't want to see Adam. Because here's the thing about Adam 22. And this is for the people that don't really know the guy. Adam 22, he started like the No Jumper podcast. He interviews like a lot of rappers. And like if you're big into rap, Adam 22 is the guy that was like interviewing rappers. And like very pivotal for the culture and the scene in hip hop, right? Like he would get all these new guys. He was like one of the first guys to interview Tekashi 6ix9ine. Now, I think granted he's kind of maybe the reason why he's stepping out of the rap game, because it's perpetuating this whole stereotype and snitching and gun culture and violence and drugs and everything. Maybe he's getting out of that, or maybe he's still doing it. I'm not too sure, but I know that this is taking so much more headlines away from like what he did. He did like a lot of legitimate interviews. A lot of interviews came up from the No Jumpers. The dudes got their first interviews with No Jumper. So I'm not gonna, speaking on that, I'm not gonna watch it. But to let your chick fuck another dude, and to get back onto what I was originally saying, cuckolding is probably the fucking most masculine thing you can do in your life. You know why? You know why it's masculine to let your chick fuck another dude? I'll give you a moment to think about it. Think about it. It's masculine because that same energy and same love, it's like using toys with a chick, right? I've never done it. Cause I know I'm fucking Jerry Seinfeld and George Costanza. I'm not a man, right? I'll admit that. But when you can use things and certain apparatuses, then the power of a couple to use another dude, just as some random nigga, just go fuck my bitch real quick, right? While we make the money, right? You know what I mean? Here, we'll pay you off a couple grand, but we're making millions off this shit. It's a fucking empire, right? It's manly to just go. And it's kind of like that weird domination thing where it's like, yeah, go fuck my wife. Do it. Go fuck her. She's in the room right now, dog. Scenes all there. Lights, camera, action. We got this shit. Go fuck her, bro. Hey, yo, you better fuck my wife good. Better make her come and shit. I don't know if they're wives, but whatever. It's funnier to be what wife. And it's like, and with the recent influx of people calling him a cuck, he's leaned into it. Again, the cuck thing, it's a cuck. I think there's a difference between your wife going, you're gonna sit there and watch me fuck another man, husband. You know what I mean? There's a big difference between that, like a girl going like, I'm gonna fuck this guy because you can't get me off, right? Like there's that's the cuckold porn. Again, for the people that don't know, a very telling podcast about sexual prominence, sexual deviancy, by the way. But if you don't know what cuckold is, he's usually a man, you know what I mean? But there's female cuckold, which is hot. Female cuckold is awesome. It's very nice. It's very cool if you can work that situation out, it's great. But male, it's mostly males. It's I got a husband, I got a very hot wife, right? A very hot wife. I am only into him for his money, like $1 billion. Like imagine Mark Zuckerberg's wife, or Elon Musk's wife, or Jeff Bezos' wife. They all leave him, right? Oh, I don't even know if Mark Zuckerberg had a wife or a girlfriend. Either way, she's fucking him, right? And fucking him, and it's boring. And then eventually, this is what the cuckold thing goes. This is how it gets into it. I brought this hot black dude, usually black. It's usually a black dude. Black guy. Black niggas love to fuck another dude's wife. Niggas love to do it, so it's usually a big ass nigga, right? Big black dude that can pound jungle. She's looking for that jungle love. She wants to be untamed. And the girl is if the guy was like talking shit with his buddies, like, man, I fucked the shit out of this chick, and he was just I fucked the shit out of his chick, and he was just watching, right? Now, in the scene or in the room, the girl goes, yo, I'm fucking this. Oh, this dick is so much bigger than yours. She's roast. It's like a celebrity roast of him. The guy's sitting on the couch while she's fucking on their bed. He's on the couch, right? You know what I mean? And she just keeps giving it to him, right? Now that's legitimate cuckold. There's a big difference between I'm gonna let my wife fuck a dude. We're gonna film it. We're gonna put it on our OnlyFans. We're gonna get content. We're gonna get the internet going crazy. That's a big difference, right? It's a boss move. Again, though, it's like much like pills and drugs. It's a slippery slope. Like, it's nice. This is the honeymoon phase of niggas fucking your wife. It's the honeymoon phase. It's the most you can make is the first time. Now, if he double penetrates, it just, you know what I mean? It just gets into maybe he has to bag 4 chicks now instead of just doing a threesome with this chick. He's got to grab another 3 more chicks, 4 more chicks. You know what I mean? At a certain point, it gets to the point where you probably don't even recognize yourself in bed anymore. You're just giving it away, and you're looking in the mirror, and you're like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like when I don't know, when the fucking werewolf scene, sometimes when they see themselves in the mirror and they're just their normal human form, but they see a glimpse of the werewolf. It's the beast. You're doing the beast with 2 backs, Adam 22. Stop it. Stop it. But his wife is fine. His wife she's got to quote Jay-Z, to get back to your hip hop roots, Adam 22, let's quote Jay-Z. She had the kind of body that you didn't want leaving you. You know what I mean? So they believed her, flirting ways. And they put a ring on that finger. I'm like, for days. Now, Adam 22, Lena the plug, she's a hoe. She's a hoe. But somehow Adam 22 is the perfect amount of fuckboy and good guy to be with a hoe. And he saved her, essentially. But you still gotta let that hoe do hoe activities. So this counts as the hoe activity. And it's genius. It's fucking genius. It's fucking genius. Like, as far as Adam 22 is concerned. Now, but Lena the plug, she's a dime, right? You gotta let that cat, it's an outdoor cat. You know what I mean? Sometimes the cat gets pet by another fucking family. And in exchange, the cat doesn't give a fuck who you pet. It's a cat. Right? It's an outdoor cat, especially. That's the fucking ideal relationship for whores and fuckboys, right? Whores and fuckboys. It's literally the greatest thing. But again, I have so much respect. Again, we'll get back onto my childhood. So much respect for Adam 22, and to see him what he evolved into or devolved. Some people, it's sexual depravancy, but again, his wife's fine, so the booty made you do it. Booty will make you do it. I seen niggas kill motherfuckers. You know what I mean? All kinds of people shoot up the club literally because their wife don't let them shoot up the club, and that's the black shoot up the club again is black. In the States, they say shoot up the club as like going raw and coming in a chick. Again, we'll going a little too deep onto that, but let's get back. Let's get back into let's keep the train moving. Let's get this back on track. Let's keep the wheels going. Jonah Hill, right? He's a Jew, I'm pretty sure. Now, with Jews, they always complain about something. There's nothing that can truly, fully satisfy a Jew. And that's why they need billions. And they take comfort in other people not having anything, or even food, or culture. They just like watching Jews love watching the downfall of blacks, right? They love even kind of getting into the role of like, make fun of, the You People movie with Jonah Hill. Let's just throw that out there. It was like a whole thing of like just being stepped on. And it almost made, black people look bad. Like we just all want to make fun of the white boy getting with a black chick. I never in a million years have seen any dude other than like the real gangster dudes that are ignorant and don't give a fuck going like, man. But even then, niggas will be like, oh, fuck white chicks. Like, right? It doesn't, like, ain't no nigga gives a fuck. Ain't no dad. It's not fucking, what's that Black Snake Moan fucking thing with Samuel L. Jackson or whatever the fuck, where he's like, or he doesn't want his fucking daughter dating a fucking white. That doesn't happen. That is like, a black father would go, great, now my daughter will fucking be looked after. She'll have a father to tend for the baby. She'll have a father to tend for the baby finally. the niggas, 3 niggas knocked her up already. She had to get that aborted because they just kept tipping. They tipped long before the baby was even considered a fetus. It's the thing is though with Jews and Jonah Hill, I think he's a Jew. Let me just I gotta look it up just because I gotta look it up. Is Jonah Hill Jewish? Hill is Jewish. Okay, makes sense, right? You gotta cover up on a surfboard, right? This is Jonah Hill's texts, verbatim. What's with all the? I can't do a Jew. I really can't do it. What's with all the? It's just photos. So many photos. It's the photos. Oh, you kill it. Oh yeah. Macho Man Randy Savage does not approve of the photos taken on the beach with your ass and tits hanging out. Oh yeah, brother. In all honesty, man, let's just be... Jonah Hill, he's a Jew, right? And there's nothing wrong with being Jewish. There's nothing wrong with being a fat piece of shit either. But he's a fatty. He's a fat little Jew boy. He's a fat little Jew monster. Ugly. He's an uggo too. Kinda gay. A lot of his movies, like again with actors, I think they like lately get into their roles of like his best role, Wolf of Wall Street. Being that fucking weirdo that fucks his cousin. You know what I mean? But he was funny and gets high, gets drunk. That was his best role, and a lot of his personality traits should develop around that thing. You should just be the best you could be, and the best you could be was a cool dude, parties and fucks and marries his cousin. Right? You marry your cousin, Jonah Hill. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep it in the family, like a fucking Jew. But in all honesty, though, that was a joke, by the way. Listen, that was a joke. But in all honesty, dude, keep your chick off the leash, dude. Guys are so insecure nowadays too. Like, a lot of dudes are just, you text who texts? That's a private conversation. You don't text that to a chick. And he's a multi-millionaire. He has to be millionaire, right? He's a famous actor. Everybody knows this guy, right? He's probably got fucking Leonardo DiCaprio's number. Famous dude. And he's like, I just don't like how, like, you're just out on the beach. I see you out on the beach taking these photos on the gram with your boobs and tits, your tits and your ass hanging out, like. And, like, I appreciate the surf culture and everything that you guys do, but, like, I know that can you just cover up? And also, don't hang around with your slutty friends, because I'm insecure. That shit, if it was me, I'd go, listen, man, slut it up even more. Bring some of these girls back. Start fucking and sucking some of these dudes. I'm going to record. I'm going to put it on. I'm going to put a camera in the bedroom. We're going to go, like, undercover fucking dudes. And no dude, once he's like, oh, dude, you filmed me fucking your chick. Well, you're not mad. But you put it out there. Oh, you're going to give me 10 to 12% of the revenue created? Fuck it, let's do it again. Can I fuck your chick tomorrow? Can I, you know what I mean? I need some paper. I want to buy the latest J's. That's what you gotta do, Jonah Hill. Think of Adam 22 when you're when you're jerking off, because apparently she's clearly probably doesn't. She leaked the texts. Whenever a chick leaks the text, it's over. If she's leaking shit you said, chances are she doesn't like you. There's no privacy to begin with. Yeah, I think that's it. I'd say Jonah Hill, take a page from Adam 22's book. Let your chick fuck. Let your chick fuck other dudes. It's the best brain. It's the big brain play, bro. Big brain moves. Let your chick, let her get beaten up. Let her pussy just open up. And then when you finally get in there, you're like, damn bitch, I could run to the side, I could run to this side, damn bitch, shit beaten up, but I still love you, even though this pussy was once my home. Now it's more of just a house. It's just housing my cock, right? Jonah Hill, that's what you gotta do. This pussy once felt like a pig in a blanket. My pig in her blanket, wrapped snug like a bug in the rug. But now, it's more like a vacant hotel in a fucking, distant, deep in the woods. One of those hotels that people go, I don't even know why we're in business. You know what I mean? It's like there's cobwebs in the room. It's deep. And you get there just on the off chance. You know what I mean? It's the deepest hotel. Deep up in the Yukon or some shit or whatever. Nunavut. Deep up there, Greenland. There's nothing. There's polar bears walking by. Gee, you know what I mean? It's actually so deep deep in that shit. It qualifies as like unsanctioned territory. You know what I mean? That's what your girl's pussy gotta be like. It's a no man's zone. It's like international waters, bro. Jonah Hill. And gotta get your girl surfing out there sometime, baby.